Searching for the road to the way back. We don't know our father's going way back. Do you know it? Do you know it? Oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 yeah. We the chosen people, you say no way. Your enemies been teaching you the wrong way. Do you know it? Do you know it? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. It's the simple things in life, like learning all again. It's the simple things in life, like finding where it all began. Oh. Do you know your history? History. Yeah. Do you know it? Do you know it? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Do you know your history? History. Yeah. Do you know it? Do you know it? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it?
Now we going back. He done on my back for sure. When I let the truth go, we gon' let them know. My people on my back for sure. I hold them down.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. We're back. New show, new day. You are now tuned into
Our Hidden History radio show.
Yeah, so. I want to start out. I want to start off by giving Patient Saints a shout out. Yeah, I have a damn. How do I start?
No, you started perfectly.
Okay, we'll get Patient Saints a shout out. I want to start with a guy named Lincoln Osiris. He's a special guest you might have on the show. It's a documentary that he did. I want to play it real quick. It reminds me of Patient Saints earlier. I want to play it for y'all. We're going to start at 2:40. This is a guy named Lincoln Osiris. This is what happened to Patient Saints earlier. This is what they encountered.
You guys all focused up because this is key. Let me get rolling on you here so we know what's happening. Here we go, baby. Get your head under there now. This is vital. See, being the first son, right, that puts him right here in the lower chakra. Now that's shooting energy up into Daniel, verse 6. And this, of course, is a dream catcher. So all his dreams are being caught, and he can't move on. And that's going back and forth and like that, like a spider web.
Oh, yo, hold on, bring that back. Bring it back. Hold on, sorry. Go back.
Daniel 6.
He said that's a dream catcher, so of course he can't move on.
Wait, it shot energy up the damn first.
So this won't be his son. This was his fake children. These are his fake stepsons. So it's what he does. With let's play.
Chakra. Now that's shooting energy up into Daniel verse 6. And this, of course, is a dream catcher. So all his dreams are being caught, and he can't move on. And that's going back and forth and like that, like a spider web, which is, of course, connecting to the eye of Horus, which is 7777, is .001, which also goes up. That was the first time he ever swung a baseball bat. Now, what we got here is the baseball ain't hitting the bat because the seams are 17.
After observing several of these exorcisms, I still could not trace the genealogy of any of the scripture he incessantly
He's
quoted.
performing on his
There
son.
seemed to be absolutely no method to his madness.
But I remember when I built the pyramids, right? It was tough. It was tough as a motherfucker.
You built the pyramids?
Yeah, because we was hauling all the stuff up like that, but we did it all with sound, right? We did it with sound, and then we had a blanket. We had sound, we had a blanket, and it came down like that. You know, that's what I was tripping on. You see, we working on his brow chakra, which is in back of the crown chakra. And that's why he's been tripped up and he's laid on his car payments and all that stuff. It means you being psychically attacked. You're son number 3. They're coming at you from all angles. They're coming at you from the Sirius, right? They're coming at you from the Orion, okay? Which also connects to Dan, right? Dan's best friend, man's best friend. That's dog. That's the dog star. That's Sirius. That's some serious shit, man. Now your mother, she's just a hoe.
My mother's no hoe.
No. I mean the hoe as in that which pushes the plow through the fields across the star system, coming back around with a meteor shower, which is why there's all them dots up here on the back of his neck.
So where do you lie?
I lie beneath.
Why is he being baptized?
Huh? Hold on, don't move. We cool. What? I just want to keep him in check in case any evil spirits come in while I'm trying to commune with my innocent. Hold on now. Don't make me take the clip out. Hold on, baby. We cool. Huh?
Hey, just let him play catch.
That's all what. So that's the encounter that Deacon Malachi and Patron Saints had today with their guest. Shout out to the Patron Saints. We're going to have this guy on our show, Lord's Will, next week. So he can explain this to us. 'Cause I want further understanding of this pyramids.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So, okay. Let's go to the Encyclopedia now. Let's go to the Encyclopedia.
He said his dreams being catch, so he can't move on.
I mean, well, I get it because you understand when you have a book, the life's frequency leads you to the beach of the seashore's equilibrium that leads you to the robotic microwave. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I meant microcosm. The microcosm of life's frequency gives you a boat, and the boats flow. I'm sorry. I mean, they slowly. I said flow. I meant slow. They slowly give you the circumspection,
Right.
which gives you the fortification of life's conundrums. And through the conundrums, you have corn in the cob because the corn inside the field of dreams cause you to understand what's happening within life's circumspections.
And that's why we drink water.
Yes. And that's how I made John Connor. Oh man, man,
that's funny.
Well, all jokes aside, man, I was happy to see you on the show, but that was really sad. That was a sad situation.
Yeah, it was sad.
Chambers Encyclopedia. Let's get it. Let's just go into it. So we're jumping back into that was fun. So we're jumping back into the flight into Africa, the further flight into Africa. We fled there from Jerusalem and from the Islamic onslaught. So let's just jump into it. I've touched on this last week, but we ran out of time. So let's just jump into it now. Chambers Encyclopedia, I'm on page 84 and page 85. You got brothers that sound like that. Like we have people. We've encountered people in teaching that sound like that. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That really believe what they're saying. Let me see where you're at. Let's see. Go down to where I have it underlined. Let me see.
Indigenous.
Richest European lands.
Indigenous.
You start from there. Indigenous. Go ahead.
Indigenous to Africa is also the cotton plant, which, like indigo, is widely cultivated in Egypt and Sudan.
It's widely cultivated because they had slaves there. That's what it's talking about. Widely cultivated, like cultivated in Egypt and Sudan. Because remember, I said earlier last week that the best cotton is Egyptian cotton, and they had a lot of us over there, slaves in abundance, picking that cotton. Go down. Let me see. Go down to the bottom. Let me see if there's anything written there. So I can go up. Go to the other side. Okay, go down to where it's penciled in. Go down, let me see. Right there, start from there, Hamites.
Hamites in the north, Negroes in the south.
You see what this encyclopedia is doing is giving a distinction between Hamites and Negroes. Hamites in the north, Negroes in the south. These are two different people. Both black, favor each other in some ways, some aspects, but for the most part, they're two different nationalities, different nations. Hamites and Negroes. Go ahead.
But a meeting and intermingling in the intermediate region of Sudan.
Meeting and intermingling in the intermediate region of Sudan. These Hamites to be your Egyptians. So a lot of Israelites intermingle with the Sudanese. The Sudanese, the Nilotic Sudanese, are the original Egyptians. So when you see those people real tall, like they're called the eighth wonder of the world, whatever, that's them. And you'll see our people among them. You can tell by their skin, their shade, their complexion. It's not that ashy brown, it's that shiny brown. Right. Their features look more so like ours, as opposed to the original Nilotic Sudanese, which are the actual real Egyptians, that the Turks pushed further south and took over Egypt later on. So we mingle with them. Continue.
But this broad grouping is inadequate to explain the present conditions. For there are probably more than 2 indigenous stock races.
So he says there's more than 2 indigenous stock races. And you know that these are 2 different races. It's saying it again. Okay, it says 2 indigenous stock races. But it's saying it's more than just these 2, but they're focusing on these 2 at this point. Continue.
And certainly more than 2 stock languages in Africa.
Yeah, Semitic and Hamitic. Go ahead.
While the races themselves are intermingled in the southern plateau quite as much as, if not even to a greater extent than in Sudan. The Arabic term Belal es Sudan, land of the blacks, answers to our somewhat obsolete expressions, Negritia, Negro land, which is commonly regarded as the true home of the black race.
Right, Negro land or Igbo land or Hebrew land. It became the Beled el Sudan, which is the Arabs called it the land of the blacks because they were stealing us out of there. Okay, continue.
Certainly more ideal Negro peoples, that is, ideal in their departure from the European standard, are found in Upper Guinea.
So Negro people are found in Upper Guinea. Now, earlier we brought out a long time ago, I believe, that the people of Guinea, north and south, are keeping the commandments of God. They maintain that they were 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, continue.
For instance, and among the Bari and Shiluk Nilotic tribes.
And Shiluk Nilotic tribes. So the Negroes were among the Nilotic tribes, which are Hamites. Go ahead.
Then amongst the Bantus, as the Negro or Negroid peoples of the southern plateau are now collectively called.
Then amongst the Bantus, as the Negro or Negro peoples are called. So Negroes are Bantus. Those are the same people. Go ahead.
In general, it may be said that viewed as a whole, the Negro family presents as profound deviations within itself, as do the
Canisi, I guess.
Caucasic.
I'm sorry, was that
Caucasic. And the Mongoloid, that is, the Mongoloid.
Oh, it's Caucasic. It's a Caucasian. Caucasic and the Mongoloid.
Right. Yeah, Caucasic and the Mongoloid. That is, the 2 other great families of the Eastern Hemisphere.
Yeah, Edomites and Moabites. Go ahead.
The deviations are even greater if in the typical Negro group are to be included not only the aberrant Hottentots.
So the Hottentots fall under a Negro group. That would be your sister Sarah Bartman. Okay, Hottentots were a group of pretty much Bantus that intermingle with people known as the Khoisan people. The Khoisan were Hamites, I believe, that resided in that land area, in that landmass. And when the Bantus got in that area, they intermingled with them and created the Hottentots. Of course, Bantus being the majority. This is a good picture of Sarah Bartman real fast. Sarah Bartman was a sister that was taken as a slave, and she was pretty much displayed all over the world for her big behind and breasts and so forth. Kind of like you black women today. She was the Cardi B or the Megan Thee Stallion of old.
Aren't the Khoisan the ones with the Ancient guys.
Yeah, yes, and they had the mongoloid features. It was yes, yep, the Khoisan. We mingle with them a lot, and they gave us the age, so-called somewhat Asian features.
Yeah.
Y'all good? Y'all know how to spell Sarah Bartman?
Sarah Bartman would be some Sarah SarahBaartman.
They're probably just looking at their pictures.
Okay,
Yeah.
y'all
Oh,
tell the
man.
people. Oh wow, there we go. Well, that's not her originally, but that's how she was built. And then Esau put her on display because she was built like this. That's why you see how her dress is. A lot of our sisters were built like this in Britain and so forth. And Edom women start to make dresses to kind of like to. They made dresses to make their behinds appear that big as well. But they wore like a thing, something they call it under the dress, like a cage,
Yeah.
under the dress to give up their appearance. How our sisters look under their dress. So this is Sarah. Well, that's how she would have looked in real life. I'm not sure if that's her real image, but that's how she would have looked in real life, Sarah Bartman. And they had her on display. They, of course, violated her sexually. And also she caught diseases. And they took her body and they put it in a museum, cut her body in pieces, had her vagina on display, her breasts and her behind on display, and a molding of it. It was terrible what they did to her. Her and another prince, Hottentot prince, they did that too. So, but she was put on display. Like how you black women do willfully was done to her as well. Just put on display for her behind and so forth. You know, it was pretty much made a mockery of and made as a mystical, magical black woman because of her features. Go ahead. So she was a Hottentot. They referred to her as Hottentot. They referred to her as Hottentot Venus. They called her. Go ahead.
Right.
Baron Hottentots. Go ahead.
The deviations are even greater if in the typical Negro group are to be included, not only the aberrant Hottentots of the extreme Southwest, but also the pygmy people.
We mingle with them also. We mingle with the pygmies also. Those are short Negroes. I believe in the Bronx Zoo, one of our brothers was a pygmy. He was brought over there and put on display as well. He eventually killed himself. He was a pygmy as well. Those are our people too, the pygmies, the short. Those are like small Negroes. Go ahead.
Such as, next page.
Y'all are trouble people. Let's continue. Don't look over there. Don't look over there. Don't look over there. Y'all are evil.
Someone
Evil as
said
hell.
we got one live on the show.
Let's continue. Let's continue where we're at. I'm not doing. I'm not gonna do this. Go down.
His
Go
feet
down.
are touching the floor.
Go down,
today.
man.
Go down.
Damn.
Let me see. So it's a map right here from last week. Let's load up, son. So you have here the top, the north, as the paragraph said earlier, the Hamites in the beginning, and I mean up north. It says Berbers and Arabs. Now Berbers and Arabs originally was Negroes and Ishmael, but now the Arabs took on the title of Berber because they took over that landmass and called themselves Berbers. But the original Berbers were the Israelites that took over that landmass in the beginning. Arabs, it says Tuareg Berbers or Hamitic Berbers. You had Semitic Berbers and you had Hamitic Berbers. That's why it has Hamites across the screen there. And you have Arabs there. They took over. And they have us over there as slaves today. They have our people over there as slaves known as the Haratins. Haratin. You have the Fulahs. That's our people there. The Sudanese Negroes. That's us. Okay, we mingled with the Sudanese. And we became Sudanese Negroes. Yoruba. Mandingos. Ashanti. That's us there as well. Fans is us in the bottom left. Go down. Bakongo, that's us as well. You have, what else? Let's see there.
The Buchanans.
You see Hottentot in the bottom? Go down to the bottom. Hottentots. You have Zulu Kafirs, Zulu unbelievers. That's us too. Zulu Kafirs. The Arabs called us that. The slave trade that took, you have Malagasy over there to the right, or Madagascar, right, I believe?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
To the right. That's those are heavy slave ports there. This area here where it says Zulu Kafirs, there were slaves sold from there. And then that island over there to the right, there were slaves sold from there, taken to the Pacific Ocean slave trade, the Trans-Pacific Ocean slave trade, which is highly unspoken of and highly unknown. We're going to bring it out, Lord's will, in due time. This is the introduction to it. So go to the next page over here. Next page. Bring it out. What did I highlight over here? Read that right there. The wonderful Bantu group.
This wonderful Bantu group, comparable in extent as well as in complexity of structure to the Aryan, the Finno-Tartar,
Athabascan.
Athabascan, and other widespread families. In the other continents gives a certain unity to the Bantu populations.
Now, the Bantu populations were heavily spread out throughout Africa. The majority of Bantu people are our people. Now, do you have some Bantus that may very well be Ham? Yes, you do, because Ham and Israel mingled together. But the majority of Bantu peoples are Israelites, and they were the ones that were targeted and were captured and sold off into slavery, putting them under the curses. Okay, continue.
Who could not otherwise be distinguished by any who could not otherwise be distinguished by any hard and fast line from their northern Negro and Negroid neighbors in Sudan.
They cannot be distinguished because they were the same people. The Bantus and the Negroid populations and neighbors throughout Sudan. The Bantus they migrated into Sudan and they mingled with the Nilotes there and became Sudanese Negroes. You cannot tell them apart. Other than height, you can't tell them apart. They're the same people. Continue.
Here, the diversity of speech is as great as is the diversity of types produced by immemorial interminglings with the
conterminous.
Yeah, conterminous Hamite peoples.
Can
we look that word up?
That word up? Yeah, I don't know what that word means. Conterminous. Yes, conterminous Hamite peoples. Conterminous. Okay, having a common boundary. Okay, continues. Okay, this next two. Boundaries or limits. Okay. Why did it say that? Dang.
They always with these freaking...
That sounded last week, the Trinity.
The equator.
Yeah, right.
And Quintokio.
I'm like, what the...
Right. So interminglings with the neighboring Hamite peoples. Okay, so they intermingled. Right. It says time immemorial intermingling. We intermingle with them for hundreds of years. We intermingle with Ham for hundreds of, maybe thousands of years.
That's what's that? Psalm 106:34.
Let's get that. It says it has the word intermingling there. Psalms 106:35.
30. Yes, sir. Gotcha.
36.
The book of Psalms, chapter 106 and verse 34. They did not destroy the nations concerning whom the Lord commanded them, but were mingled among the heathen and learned their works.
Go ahead.
And they served their idols, which were a snare unto them.
So we mingled ourselves among the heathen and we learned their works. That's the tribal markings, the scarring. That goes back to tattoos, tattoos as well. The blood, drinking blood, sacrificing, voodoo, or voodoo at that time. Learned by the Hamites. We learned that from the Hamites and brought it over here. Barashango, huh?
Ancestor worship.
A lot of y'all do that now. Barashango, voodoo, Santeria. All that was brought from Ham, taken from Ham and brought over here. Okay?
And that promiscuous dancing, they be like, oh, well, twerking's been done over there. They get that from them.
Yeah, twerking's also from them. And also, it was outlawed in Africa, too. That was something that we were doing. And the local leaders are like, listen, stop doing that stuff. It's inappropriate. It was banned over there. When it was being pushed over there, it was banned. And Jake women tried, oh, it's cultural. No, it is. Culturally evil.
Right.
Go ahead. You know what's funny? You see even Jake and Ham putting their face in cows' vaginas. Y'all don't do that over here.
Right.
Y'all seem to adopt only things that suit y'all. We want to do, don't you? They put cow piss in their hair. They drink blood. Y'all don't do that. They put bowls in their lip. Why don't y'all copy that too? If y'all them, y'all want to follow. That's part of the culture. Okay, take your lip, stretch your black big lip out like so, and put a bowl in it. If you want to be full ham, don't be a half-ass ham. Be full ham.
Damn.
Cause they true to their culture.
Yeah, all that. Yeah, they true to it. All that twerking stuff y'all be doing. If you want to twerk, okay, twerk with a bowl in your lip. Do that. Or stretch your ear out. Put that thing in your ear. Have your ear hanging down here like an elephant.
A whole
do that.
Plate. Put a plate in your lip and your
ear. In your ear. You do that.
A dinner plate.
Don't go half-ass. Go full. You want to shake your ass? Then go full ham.
Go ham.
Yeah, go ham. Literally. Where we at?
But amid the general chaos of tongues awaiting future classifications, certain relatively large linguistic groups have already been determined, which have so far helped to diminish the prevailing confusion. Such are the Mandingan, with many branches in Senegambia.
Your Mandingan is Mandingos. Go down. I don't want to be too much. I don't want to cut my time. We kind of just started, but let me go over. Is there anything else penciled in?
No, sir.
That's it? Oh, one was the map then. So let's go over to next book. The Journal of Residence. I want that next.
Oh, that's a good book.
Journal of Residence, very good book. Journal of Residence. It's pages in Roman numerals, pages XXII or 21 and 22 and 23. XX, whatever, Roman numerals, Latin numerals, whatever. It should be in the introduction of the book. Yeah, Journal of Residence in Ashanti. Journal of Residence. How old is this book at the year? By Joseph Dupuis.
Yeah, 1890s.
1890. This book is pretty old. You know, the older the book, the better. Blow it up. Page. I want XXII. So I'll be 22. Yep. Start from in the town, I guess. In the town.
In the town, tranquility predominated for a time among all orders of men. Not a whisper or the rumor of one was to be heard. Prejudicial to the character or interests of the offended monarch, and the reports of a gammon invasion were now woefully discredited or silenced. Yet in the castle, the same idle speculations were indulged in, but whether their propagators actually believed in such trash, although they affirmed it, is very doubtful.
Stop from Mr. Smith. I'm not sure why I want this page. Go up to the page again, make sure it's the right page. I might give you the wrong page. Okay, that's the right page. Go ahead, go down. Read on.
Mr. Smith was, it seems, still of opinion that the Ashantis had been totally defeated.
Okay, this is why I wanted it. Okay, so the Ashantis, our people, got conquered by Ham. Go ahead.
Had been totally defeated, and accounts were again written to England to this effect. But in order somewhat to qualify the tone of his former sentiments, he affected to imagine that the government had recovered the blow. Still, however, doubting that the same monarch ruled the empire.
The Ashanti got conquered, so it wasn't the same ruler over them. Go ahead.
Trade was entirely at a stand for the Ashantis, had long since deserted the Cape. The Dutch settlements, particularly Elmina town and castle.
Elmina Castle, that's a slave port. That's where slaves are sold off from, Elmina Castle. Go ahead. The Ashantis are conquered and sold out of that castle. Go ahead.
Were stored with the inland merchants, and British commodities gained vent through that channel alone, whilst the Dutch, as heretofore, continued to reap all the advantage. The messenger, whose hesitation proceeded from doubts connected with the importance of my mission and my rank as coming from England direct to the king, came to the resolution of remaining on the spot until he should be furnished with other instructions from the king. During the suspense, I was again so severely attacked with fever that by the advice of my medical attendant, I was prevailed upon to take a cruise in the Gulf, and accordingly I embarked on board His Majesty's ship Pheasant. The rains were still excessive. Sickness tracked our flight, and mortality made some havoc among the officers and crew. At the expiration of 5 weeks, it being then November, my health having improved, I returned to the coast in the Snapper gun brig. For some time after I enjoyed indifferent good health under a tardy convalescence. The season of health and reanimation was, however, now in rapid advance, and I believe the revived prospect of visiting the capital contributed more than anything else to my recovery. Public affairs were precisely on the same footing as when I left the Cape. The same messenger was still in town, but it was reported that a man of high rank was coming down to the coast in quality of ambassador with a train of armed followers.
Hold on. Why did I want this? Okay, keep going. Hopefully it gets to the point.
The townspeople were more than ever sensible of their folly, and a few vented their murmurs against the whites under the impression that they had encouraged them to resist a power which they could not unitedly contend against. The wall of defense was, therefore, suffered to molder away in a neglect. Notwithstanding, Mr. Smith continued still to give it as a sort of private opinion that both policy and necessity required our entering upon defense.
Stop. Let me see. Go down. Let me see what I'm reading this for. Hope I give you the wrong page. Many ranges, health fears, I don't know why I wanted this. Go to CVI. That's page 106. CVI. I don't know why I want that. I don't know why that's there. Why I put that there. That makes no sense. I might give you the wrong page. I might give you the wrong page. My apologies. Just start from here. I don't know what that's there for. I might give you the wrong pages. I got to go back to it again and look it up and see why I wrote that down. Go ahead. Read this here.
Want to start from the top?
Yeah, that's fine.
The Jews of Sudan are...
The what?
The Jews of Sudan.
The what?
The Jews of Sudan.
That's the Sudanese Negroes in that map earlier. The Jews of Sudan. That's Sudanese Negroes. The Jews of Sudan. Go ahead.
Are, according to my informers, divided into many large and small tribes, with whose names they are unacquainted. Their mode of life in some countries is pastoral, but the towns are filled with traders and artificers of that faith who gain a subsistence at their several employments. Sustenance at their several employments. In the service of the Muslims under whose government they live as vassals.
Slaves. Vassal is fancy way for saying servant or slave. We live as slaves. The Sudanese Jews or Negroes were slaves under the Arabs because the Arabs took that land mass over. Remember we read last week, it took over from Egypt all the way across to the other side of Africa. From northeast to northwest, Arabs took over that. They still have it now in their dominion. And we were slaves under them. Continue.
This in reference to Mr. Boddick's Kingdom of Yehudi.
So this is in reference, these Sudanese Jews are in reference in a map of Bowditch, Mr. Bowditch's Kingdom of Yehudi. Now, give me that map real quick. You send it to them before?
Yes,
the
sir.
Map. Send that Bowditch map. Post it real quick, and we'll go back to this. Yeah, me too. I'm throw this dry. Give me that map, the Bowditch map.
Y'all got it, right?
Damn. Sound like Biden soon. Need some water, something. You got the map over there? The Yehudi map? It should be black and white. It's Bowditch.
Remember, we downloaded. If it's not, check on the group, the Our Hidden History group.
Yeah, it should be in there. Let's read until they find it.
This in reference to Mr. Boddick's Kingdom of Yehudi.
So this is in reference to the Jews of Sudan are in reference to Mr. Bowditch's Kingdom of Yehudi. The Arabs refer to us as Yehudi. Go ahead. I was going to say what it means.
I may be permitted to say, is the only state of society in which that oppressed nation is suffered to live.
In which that what?
That oppressed nation.
I may be permitted to say that is the only state of society in which that oppressed nation is suffered to live in a place called Yehudi. Go ahead.
And their tribes, without security in their possessions, without public revenue or arms.
No money, no guns. Go ahead.
Are hourly exposed.
No guns, weapons. Go ahead.
Are hourly exposed to insult and rapine from the blind zeal and act of bigotry by which their lords are animated in those countries.
Arabs, Muslims. Go ahead.
The lands occupied by these people cover a wide extent between Masina and Kabi. They are said to be mingled. They are said to be mingled also with the upper Falah tribes.
Yes, Falah. Yeah.
Eastward of Timbuktu, and in many parts of Marah, they have inheritance or are employed as artificers in the cities and towns. As we live among the heathens, said the Basha, so do the Jews in the Marah,
and
Fulani with our brethren.
Stop there. Go back up again. It says, as we live among the heathens, said the Bashar. The Bashar is a Muslim leader of Ham. I believe it's a Hamite leader as a Muslim. So it said the Bashar, so do the Jews in Meroah and Fulani with our brethren. Go ahead.
Said the Bashar, so do the Jews in the Marah and Fulani with our brethren. But they are not esteemed like us.
They are not esteemed because the Bashar were Muslims. So the Jews there are not esteemed like us. Go ahead.
For they are a people hardened in their sins and abstinent in infidelity.
Right. They refer to us as being in sin and in infidelity because we did not want to keep Islam. Go ahead.
The anger of God is upon them, and therefore are they given to the rule of the Muslims.
You didn't tell the heathen no? Read that part again.
The anger of God is upon them, and therefore are they given to the rule of the Muslims.
So this is what a Muslim leader said. Because we sin against our God, we are given to the rule of the Muslims. That's what the heathen are saying. So they know when we sin against our God, the repercussions are they get to rule over us. Continue.
Until they shall become incorporated with the faith.
Meaning Muslim, Islam, which is nonsense. You got the map? Yes, sir. Put it up. Here we go. Blow this up, blow it up, blow it up. This is the old map called by Bowditch. It says it's 1817. 1817. See it right there, circle right there? Go there. Yep, 1817. Very old. We were still slaves when this map was put together. Now, if you notice, you go over to the right, you'll see Fulani right there. Okay, now go, let me see. Go up, go up, go up, go up, go up, go up, go up. Right there. You see Yehudi right there? Yehudi up the top, when that line right there along that river. Yehudi right there, Yehudi. Okay? Now go up some more. Is that far to go?
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to find where it says Timbuktu. This is the one I'm looking for. It's one that says Yehudi. It says Timbuktu next to it. I guess this will do. It's not the map I'm looking for. No, it's just in the map. It isn't it at all.
Yeah, but Timbuktu sits like pretty much on the banks of the
That river.
river, right?
Timbuktu
here.
will
So
be
it's
in the
around that
bottom.
area.
Timbuktu will be in the bottom. But there's a map I want that shows Yehudi. Go down. Let me see if it has it here. Go down. Supposed to say it twice. Look for it. Yehudi there. Go down. No, that's not what I want. Go look. Google Bowditch map. That's all I want. It's the wrong map. I don't want this one. There's different variations of the Bowditch map. Yehudi's up there. That's fine, but that's not the one I want. I want something else. Look up Yehudi Bowditch map, something like that. I don't know. There's a reason why I want this particular map.
But as you know, from the before the incursions of the Arabs, before they came and started conquering us out of these particular lands, we were in the Sudan. So they knew we always was settled in the Sudan even when we was expelled from Spain and Europe and when we came from 70 AD as refugees into Africa from 70 AD and so forth, we settled right in those areas in the they call it the Bel Sudan, land of the blacks. So we came through Egypt down into around Lake Chad and so forth, and we settled in those areas before the Mohammedan incursion. All right, areas like Timbuktu. So we was in these areas before we went further down into Africa. All right.
That's in the map. Hold on. Barry, keep talking. I gotta find that map.
Hey, also, that's why, because Sudan is a part of Egypt, or what it used to be.
Yes.
That's why it always says in the scripture, woe to them that go down into Egypt, because we was always fleeing to that region.
Yep. Hey, get while we wait, give Judith 5:20. Judith 5:20. Because as we read before, they knew who we were. They knew that we was in the midst of sin. Why? Because they read our Bible. They know our history. Right? Judith 5:20.
Judah chapter 5 and verse 20. Now, therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people.
So if there be any sin, so this is the general Harlarphanes. And this is, I think, Achior, an Ammonite, who's telling our history to Harlarphanes, the general. So he's letting them know the history of our history. He's saying, look, if there be any error, if there be any sin in this people, go ahead.
And they sin against their God.
And they sin against the God of Israel, their God. Read.
Let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
Then this is their ruin. Then we can consider and go up against them. Go ahead.
And let us go up.
So you think today they don't notice? You think today Esau, the other nations, they don't notice? You get paid on Fridays. You know the Sabbath is right there. Why? Because they want you to buy. They come and set up in our communities. Okay? They sell the stuff that we like. The very stuff that we like, they know this is what to sell. Because why? We the biggest consumers. And we could and what? We buy on what? The Sabbath and so forth. Because why? We keep breaking God's laws. Our people get paid. They go to the clubs on the Fridays, Saturdays, and stuff like that.
All the sales are on the Fridays and Saturdays,
right.
too.
All the sales. Right. Okay. Why? Especially the dietary pork. They say that what? That's the new white meat. Yep. And it's the cheapest. Right? Read on.
And we shall overcome them.
Right. And they know they can overcome us. Sports is the biggest distraction to our people, man.
Yeah.
All right. You got the games played on the weekends and so forth. It distracts us from the Lord. It distracts us from the Lord. Go ahead.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation.
But if there's no sin, go ahead.
Let my Lord now pass by.
Leave them the hell alone. If there's no sin in their nation, leave them the hell alone. Why? Read.
Lest their Lord defend them.
Sin.
And their God be for them.
Right. Lest our Lord defend us and our God be for us.
And we become a reproach before all the world.
Right. All right. So they know our history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Get that map? And give me Lamentations 2. Okay, here we go. Go down. Go up to the left. This is Bowditch right here. Go to the left. Right there. This is Bowditch 1817. Different maps he had. Okay? This one I wanted. Now you see it. Go up to the top. You see it says Yehudi right there. And you see Timbuktu on the bottom. That's what I wanted.
Right.
Yehudi's there. That's that page said. Neighboring Timbuktu right there. Yehudi, go up to the top again, Yehudi. Route along the river, always along the river. Right there up top, top. Yehudi. No, right there to the left. Up the river, yeah, right there. Yehudi, see it? Highlight that so you can see it. Yehudi right there. Now go down the river, go down. I'm going to show it to you somewhere else too. Go down. Go down. Stop. You see that homie right there, that homie? Okay, now wait, hold on.
It's right in the middle.
It's in the middle.
Put your cursor on it.
Right next to their homie. To the left, you see right there. See it? Yehudi. That's Yehudi also. Judah's there, Israel's there, and Israel up there. Yehudi's there and Yehudi up there. That's why I want this map right here.
Dying.
Okay? Yehudi right in their homie. That's isn't that what, Nigeria?
Nah, that's Benin. In between Benin.
Benin, the kingdom of Judah. Benin. It says Yehudi right there. They call the Arabs refer to us as Yehudi. That's the Arab term for Judah. Yehudi is Judah. Go back to that book now. It's going to show it. That's why I wanted that map. Go ahead.
Yeah, the other map has a crease where Timbuktu is.
Yes, so I found that one.
Yeah.
It's not creased out.
Where we at? It said the lands occupied. No, we down further. But they are not esteemed like us, for they are a people hardened in their sins and absent in infidelity. The anger of God is upon them, and therefore are they given to the rule of the Muslims, until they shall become incorporated with the faithful.
They become Muslim. Go ahead.
The tribes are not black. It says the tribes are not black, but of a color resembling the Arabs of the north.
You need a lighter dark, lighter brown. Go ahead.
But what is more material, these Sudanic
Jews, go ahead,
are reported to have been the original inhabitants thereabout before the Arabs.
We were there before the Arabs. Before them. Go ahead.
Read again. But what is more material, these Sudanic Jews are reported to have been the original inhabitants thereabout before the Arabs were acquainted with Central Africa.
Right, they pushed us out. Go ahead, watch this.
They are perhaps distinguished from the Hebrews, the posterity of Abraham, and as much as I never heard them described under the appellation of Bani Israel.
Sons of Israel, go ahead.
Although that name must have been familiar to the Muslims from the pages of the Quran, and I found in antecedent conversations upon the subject of Egypt, they were well informed of the events which befell the children of Israel in the days of Moses.
Because they were those people. They were Israelites. They were aware of their history. That it? You see, that's page 106, right?
Yes, sir.
Give me Lamentations 2:14. Lamentations 2:14.
Lamentations chapter 2 and verse 14.
Get page 107, next page.
Thy prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee, and they have not discovered thine iniquity, to turn away thy captivity, but have seen for thee false burdens and causes of banishment. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, Is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth?
They made mockery of us. Come on.
All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash their teeth. They say, We have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we looked for. We have found, we have seen it.
Where? In our Bible. They knew if we was in sin, they can conquer. That's why it says because of their sins, they fall under the rule of the Muslims. That's what the Bible. That's what this book says. The Bible says, and they read it. If we can conquer them, if we conquer them, God ain't with them no more. God is not with them. Go to the bottom of the first page. Go back to the bottom of the first page. Read
the estimation.
Yeah, the estimation.
The estimation in which the Muslims of Wagara hold the glorious reign of Solomon, king of Israel, is equal to that of their northern brethren, and does not materially vary from the translations that have been given of the works of Arabian authors who have written fictitious popular tales known in Europe as such, and which occasionally refer to that age or the relics of that miraculous power over the elements and invisible spirits with which Solomon was entrusted.
You ever say the Arabs have all kind of tales of Solomon and how he was a witch and so forth and things. He flew on a magic carpet, all kind of nonsense. Go ahead.
I shall not, however, tire the patience of the reader with what might be too marvelous for the comprehension of any but a Muslim.
Go ahead.
It will be sufficient to say that the introduction of the Jews to Sudan is a subject worthy of investigation. If my information be well grounded and a correspondence could by any means be opened with these insulated tribes, much important information relative to the early ages in Africa might be derived through their agency, as they would have been the first people, it is presumed, who were gifted with the art of writing.
You're right. Yeah, you're going to write. Go ahead.
These tribes, whether Hebrew or African, wandered, it is believed, originally from the neighborhood of Upper Egypt.
You're always in Egypt, like Abaddon brought out earlier. Always in Egypt. Go ahead.
While the children of Israel were held in captivity.
In captivity. Go ahead. Let me see. I think that's all I wanted. Get 2 Chronicles 21. You can start pulling that stuff out now, Officer. Just to start unloading.
Yes, sir.
We got text too, D.
Okay. What's on?
Says, Shalom leadership, most like Christ bless. I asked about the mingling of Northern Kingdom weeks ago. So as I guessed, Southern Kingdom were affected by the mingling also, sir? Most like Christ bless.
Yeah, they were mingled. Affected, yes, they were affected. But Northern Kingdom intermingled earlier on. That's what makes the difference. Northern Kingdom was heavily into intermingling earlier on. Even before the Assyrians, they were into that. Whereas Southern Kingdom, not so much. We were affected by intermingling, yes, but not to the extent of Northern Kingdom, due to the fact that Northern Kingdom did it more so and longer than than Southern Kingdom. So that's so both were, I would say both were affected, but one more so than the other. What I said again? I'm sorry.
Second
Chronicles 21:16. Here you go. So jumping into it now.
Yes, I mean, Officer Manny could be an example of Southern Kingdom mixing
Oh
with ham.
man! Wow, man!
Damn.
Oh man!
Yo, I was not expecting that.
That was a
Al
quick,
racial.
evil turn that just took place. Officer Manny can be the example. All right. 2 Chronicles 21:16.
Very good one. 2 Chronicles, chapter 21 and verse 16. Moreover, the Lord stirred up against Jeroham the spirit of the Philistines and of the Arabians.
So he stirred up the Most High. So Jeroham, our wicked leader, stirred up the anger. The Lord stirred up the anger against Jeroham, a wicked leader of ours.
Sorry, Jehoram.
Jehoram. That's all right. Jehoram. The spirit of the Philistines and what?
And of the Arabians.
Of the Hamites and the Ishmaelites. Go ahead.
That were near the Ethiopians.
That were near Hamites, Cushites. Go ahead.
And they came up into Judah.
Came into Judah.
And break into it.
They broke into Judah. This is the Hamites and the Arabians. Go ahead.
And carried away all the substance that was found in the king's house, and his sons also, and his wives, so that there was never a son left him save Jehoaz, the youngest of his sons.
So the Hamites and the Arabs have a thing where they'll come into a land, and they'll conquer and take all the possessions out of it. All that gold these Israelites have in Africa and so forth, that ain't their gold.
Right.
That ain't the land that they live in. That's not their land. They took it. Took us captive, took our women especially, took our women captive especially. Or if they took our sons, if our sons were allowed to live, they would cut up, they'd neuter us. They'd cut our genitals off, make us eunuchs. And even to this day, send me the article, y'all can't see that damn article today. You got blacks today guarding Muhammad's grave, eunuchs today. The hell for? Why does a man have to have no penis to guard a graveyard?
Don't make no damn sense.
Make it make sense. Why you got to cut a whole penis off or balls off to watch a dead man's grave? What for? Where the white Muslims that do? Cut their joint off. Let them watch Muhammad. Why us?
Right. And what's crazy when you see that article and there's a video on there, all the brothers, they're elderly men now.
Yeah, they're old.
They're all overweight, and that's a symptom of having your rock cut off. Because your hormones go all crazy, and then you gain weight.
Wow.
And for all those that want to be Muslim over here, go over there and be a true Muslim. They'll make you a eunuch.
Yeah.
You want to
Chop
be a
your
Muslim.
rod off, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, Deke, this also go what you was bringing out last week about how the Arabs, they have that doctrine where you can rape others' wives. That's why they took Jehoram's wives right here.
Yep.
They was raping them.
Yep. Because Allah allows you to take a man. Allah says that a woman who's married, that Allah annuls that marriage, whether the husband's alive or dead, and they can take her. You know she ain't gonna sit there and accept it. She's gonna fight. Rape. Give me 2 Chronicle. No. Give me the Encyclopedia, American Encyclopedia, regarding Philistines and Arabians. This is in history. This is documented. The Encyclopedia, when they raided Negro communities, When we found this thing, we were amazed. Remember we found this thing, we tried to say, is this real? This can't be real.
Right.
We kept going to different encyclopedias, but they were the wrong one. We found the right. We were like, yo, this is it. We couldn't believe we found this. We could not believe we found this encyclopedia that said exactly what Joel says. It's insane.
Got it.
You got it? No, the American Encyclopedia. It's an American encyclopedia.
Y'all might just have the page. Where
Yeah, it says Hamites rated Negro communities.
Y'all have that?
You definitely have it. We used that years ago.
Oh, boy.
So, anyway, go back to the point. So, we came across this particular statement on Google. We said, yo, Arabs and Hamites rated Negro communities. This is probably somebody made this up. This ain't real. And we went through a whole bunch of encyclopedias that were wrong volume,
Right.
wrong publishing,
Went through.
the same name, but it was a bunch of confusion. We finally came across it. We said, yo, this is it. We found it. We couldn't believe what we found. We were bugging out over this
We was
thing.
determined deep to get that.
Yeah, we were determined to find this book. We were determined to find it. For ourselves and for y'all. We could not believe Esau wrote this in the book. We're like, yo, this guy knows. Even when I read earlier with the map, it says Hamites and Negroes. The two distinguished races. They know it, not Hamites. They know.
Hey, do y'all can't find it?
No, it's a 200 something, 223, something like that. It's 200 something.
Until y'all find it, y'all can go to Bible Hub. Is that the one?
Yeah, Joel.
Right. Is that the one? Bible, 2 Chronicles.
You talking? No, I'm not sure you're talking about Bible Hub, but 2 Chronicles 21. You talking about 16?
Yeah, 2 Chronicles. That's the one with the Philistines and
Well, I
the
just read
Arabs.
that just
read
now.
that,
I just
yeah.
read that just now.
Yeah, go to
Bible
Bible
Hub.
Hub real quick with that verse. Let me see if that's.
Yeah, I should have that. I should have that American Encyclopedia. It's around 220 something a page, 220 something. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, Bible Hub. Not study tools. Bible Hub.
If you scroll down, it should come up.
Right there. Yep. Click that.
Let me see this.
Go to commentary. Click com. Go on the top. Click com or commentary. Go down to the bottom. You see under Chronicles. You see C-O-M-M. Yeah. Click parallel commentaries. Click that.
Yeah, get parallel.
Go down.
Yeah,
Here we go.
Right, Benson.
Yeah, Benson be on point a lot of times.
Go down. Go down a little bit more. Go down. All right, go back up top. I think it's up top somewhere. Yeah, right here. Elliot's
Ellicott's?
Ellicott's commentary for English.
Let me read it.
Huh?
You want me to read it? You
I got it.
okay?
It says more. It said the Lord stirred up against Jehoram. Isaiah 13:17. What we want is the Philistines and the Arabians. Mm-hmm. So it says the Philistines and of the Arabians. These are mentioned together elsewhere as enemies of Judah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. See 2 Chronicles 26 and 7.
Gonna be that next.
2 Chronicles 17:11. Jeremiah 25 and 20. The invasion of the Philistines and Arabians accords with Joel chapter 3 verses 4 to 6.
Yep.
And it's certainly historical.
These two always get together and conquer us. Ham and Arab. That's why in that map earlier it said Tuareg tribes and it said Arabs. That's them.
Right.
Them Philistines, that's them. I'm going to show you that. And there's books that show that Philistines in Africa, they're still there today. And they acknowledge that they're Philistines. They have not forgotten. And they hate us.
They hate our country.
Now more than they did back then. You got that page I want you to get? Yeah. Yes, that should be
That's it.
That's it, yes. All praises.
That's it right here.
Yep, go down. I'm going to show y'all. We could not believe we came across this book. Negro culture, go down to the bottom.
All the way to the bottom.
Yep.
Social
right there.
conflict.
Social conflict. Read that.
Social conflicts, warfare, and headhunting have been the social conflicts, both now controlled by European governments.
Because Edom took over of the conflicts. Right? A lot of time Esau is behind them. And sometimes Portuguese, the Portuguese, the Spanish, they're behind it. Go ahead.
The greatest military organizations were those of the Masi in East Africa and of the Zulus in the South.
That's us. Come on.
And the Dahomey, West Africa. Women called Amazons formed part of the standing army.
It formed part of the standing army because their homie was a Hamite group, a Hamite family. Hamites took over that landmass and they killed the men and kept the women and made the women part of their military called Amazons. Our women whose husbands are killed, their brothers are killed, all the men were killed, but they kept the women in their military. That corny, terrible ass movie, Woman King, is loosely based on this right here. And that king was the Hamite ruler that enslaved us in that movie. He was no good guy. Woman King was terrible. The movie was garbage, number one, and it was an insult to our intelligence if you don't read no books. But the Amazons here, where they got Lucy from, they got, what's the name from? Lucy from Wonder Woman from. They borrowed from that somewhat. Also, Amazon, this here.
Oh, yeah.
Amazons.
Yeah.
But these are our women who were enslaved and made to fight in the military. All women. Okay, read on. You trying to find something? You find Abaddon, you read it.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. Read
The
again.
greatest- yes, sir.
In Dahomey. Start from there.
In Dahomey, West Africa, women called Amazons formed part of the standing army.
Because the Hamite family within Dahomey conquered us and took our women captive and made them, I guess it's a mockery, their soldiers. Go ahead.
Slavery
Watch this.
was due to raids of Arabs and Hamites
On
Negro communities.
We read this, we could not believe it. We're like, yo, this is history. That's why written in the commentary it says it's historical.
Yeah.
Arabs and Philistines. Arabs, Philistines, and Cushites. It says Arabs and Hamites. It says slavery was due to raids of Arabs and Hamites on Negro communities. Okay, go ahead.
A form of domestic slavery existed among Negroes themselves.
That form of slavery is referring to is indentured servitude, Leviticus 26.
Right.
It's not talking about them being slaves forever. It's like Jeffrey from Fresh Prince.
Right.
That or Benson. That's what it's alluding to. Not you have me as a plantation working in the hot sun for 20 hours until I drop dead and die. That's not that slavery we were dealing with.
And it wasn't with rigor.
With rigor. We had a different, you had to work off a debt. You were a war prisoner. You had to work debts. That's it. You got a text?
Text.
Before we go on break, we're going to read the text before we go on break, and we'll come back with some more. We got way more. We can gather your stuff, Jess. Roswell.
It says, Shalom, Deacon, and Shalom, brothers. Most High Christ bless. What African nations are Hamites?
What African nations are Hamites? You have the, name one. You got one. You got the Sudanese.
Yes.
One. You have Dahomey, another one. You have, who else? You have...
Oh, the Tuareg.
The Tuaregs, definitely Tuaregs. That's on the map also. Tuaregs. You have the Nilote Sudanese. All the Nilotes. Right. Uganda, the upper north Nigeria. If you travel, you'll see the differences. There's distinctions. And they'll tell you to their face that we're not you. The ones in on Clubhouse. And the Ethiopians, the Nilotic Ethiopians that were killing the Beta Israel. Ethiopians.
The Nilotic Hutus.
They were killing the Tigrayans.
Yes.
Those are Hamites that were killing our people in Ethiopia.
Still happening now.
The Tigrayans. The Israeli government airlifted the Beta Israel out of that part out of it because Ham was killing them. So the Kush, you have Ethiopians, Nilotic Ethiopians, Sudanese. Who you said earlier?
The Nilotic Hutus that was
Hutus that were killing the Tutsis, I believe. Yes. Mm-hmm. Who else? Sudanese. I said that already. So it varies. Who else? Also, you have other ones. Also, I'm trying to think who they were. The Hausas. A lot of Hausas also are Ham. Some of us are Hausa too.
I'm about to bring that out afterward.
But you have Hamite houses and you have Jake houses.
Right.
And you had Jake Berbers and you had Hamite Berbers. So it varies. I can't give you names because
We're mingled.
You mingle with them, and there's hundreds of us and hundreds of them. So that's the name of few, if that answers your question.
Right. And that goes into why the scripture says we be called a byword. All those different tribes we just named, there's probably Israel amongst some of them.
Right, yes. So it varies. When you travel to those, especially I know Uganda, we say in our opinion in Uganda is at least 70% Ham and 30% us, because it was almost like their facial features oftentimes give it away, and they tell you we're not the same. They'll tell you to your face when you talk to them. We're not Negro. We're not the same.
Hey, Deke, what you mentioned too about how they said that slavery was in the Negro community, but it's talking about indentured slavery. We even had the year of Jubilee as well, so all those debts would be wiped out at a certain year. So it wasn't like you would be indentured slave forever if you could never pay it off.
It was like I said, it was a servitude. It was an indentured servitude. It was not a perpetual servitude.
Right.
But the Arabs and Hamites here, that was perpetual.
Right.
You got something?
No, you
Get me real quick. 2 Chronicles 26. Then we're gonna take a break after this. 2 Chronicles 26, verse 1-4. We can start pulling out some more things during the break. 26:1.
2 Chronicles, chapter 26 and verse 1. Then all the people of Judah took Uzziah, who was 16 years old, and made him king in the room of his father Amaziah. He builded Eloth and restored it to Judah. After that, the king slept with his fathers. 16 years old was Uzziah when he began to reign, and he reigned 52 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name was Jecholiah of Jerusalem. And he did that which was right in the sight of the Lord, according to all that his father Amaziah did.
He's a good king. Go ahead.
And he sought God in the days of Zechariah, who had understanding in the visions of God. As long
heavy. Zechariah, go ahead.
And as long as he sought the Lord, God made him to prosper. Keep reading. Yes, sir. Verse 6. And he went forth and warred against the Philistines.
He warred against the Philistines. Go ahead.
And break down the wall of Gath, and the wall of Gebna, and the wall of Ashdod, and build cities about Ashdod, and among the Philistines.
Come on.
And God helped him against the Philistines.
God helped him against the Philistines. Go ahead.
And against the Arabians that dwelt in Gurbaal and Muhanims.
So the Philistines and the Arabs had a close relationship. They were very close. They intermingled. All right? So now be your Turigs. A lot of the Turigs are a mixture of Arabs and Ham that became Muslim. The Turigs are the worst. That's straight Ham. There's no Jake in them. I'll tell you straight. Them dudes are straight up Hamites. You read all throughout the books, they were our enemies. From then till now, Turigs. Turig with a C or Turig with a G? Oh, yeah.
T-U-A-R-E-G, right?
Yeah,
different
spellings.
variations.
Variations of it, but it's the same damn people. Damn Hamites. You got something?
Yeah, you can bring. Hey, give me that page real quick. Still dealing with Ham.
We're going to touch on the Philistines, and they don't slaughter you next after the break.
Y'all got that page? Go to the group. Show you how Ham and Esau, their policy, what was their policy? So this is a book called The Making of the Past, The Kingdoms of Africa. Okay, good book. Next page. Blow that up.
You're withholding, Jazz, withholding. Okay, continue. You're withholding books. Continue.
Not deep. Frobenius. Contribution to African prehistory. I can't see. I want that whole paragraph. No.
The whole paragraph.
The whole paragraph. Right there. Just right there. Right there. Right there. Frobenius' contribution to African prehistory fortunately did not end here. The stimulus of Ife enabled him to make a more telling contribution in another sphere. Ife, this is Nigeria. Ife is the cradle of Nigeria.
Ah, okay.
So the stimulus of Ife enabled him to make a more telling contribution in another sphere. After leaving Ife, he traveled north to Hausa, states of the Western Sudan. Here, Britain was establishing a policy of indirect rule. British authority was transmitted through the Hamitic-speaking Hausa sultans and emirs to their Negroid subjects.
Ah, there you go.
So Britain was establishing giving authority pretty much to Ham to control us over in this is in Nigeria. This policy reflected the conviction that the Hamitic peoples had an inherent competence as builders and administrators of state organizations. Frobenius saw it differently. To him, the Hamites were former slave owners and the instigators of the slave trade that had deprived Africa of productive manpower.
Because they were selling us as slaves.
Right.
So the Hamites were selling us to the British, and the Hamites were in league to keep us enslaved. That's why it says Negroid subjects. This book gives a distinction between Ham and Negro. It's not the same. You're never the same. Give me Exodus real quick before we take a break. Exodus, no, I want Exodus 11.
Yes.
And they'll call us Negroes, but they won't say we're Shem.
Yeah, they will not say we're Shem. They will not say that at all. All nations conspire to say, do not say what they are. All of them. Instinctively. Well, together or separate, they all know, do not say that they're Shem.
Yeah, them people over there.
Fulani. Yeah. People over there. Call them that.
They're Kafirs.
Yep, everything but Israel. Read that.
Exodus chapter 11 and verse 7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue. Against man or
dog
beast.
Means heathen. Dog means anyone outside of our race is called a dog in the eyes of God. Go ahead.
That ye may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
We're different people. We're not the same. Esau knows we're not the same. These books are written, they know. It says the house of sultans, meaning they were Arabs, and emirs, goes back to kings. Emirs means kings. Emirates, emirs.
Right. So that's Ham that's following.
Following Islam.
Yeah.
Yes, Turks, that's them.
Yeah.
Hamitic-speaking Hausa, sultans, and emirs, or kings, to their Negroid subjects. That's Haritans today. That's who this is. We're still their subjects today. That hasn't changed. That's why I said before, we love our people who are in Islam. We love our people. Those are our people. But we despise the ideology that they follow because we know the history of it and the man behind it. That's why we did a march. We walked with them the other day. We talked with them. We have a cool relationship with them. But we have no problem destroying and bashing that doctrine that they follow because we know the history and the ins and outs of it. We know that those people are our slave masters. Right. They don't understand that. They may not know that. And those Arabs aren't going to tell them. Nope. They're not going to tell them. All right? So, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to mention what that book said about the British basically instigating war with Ham and Israel. That's the same thing that they did prior to Hotel Rwanda. When the Tutsis were ruling, the Europeans were telling the Hutus, yo, they think they're better than you. Look at them because they're taller and all that stuff. So they started to hate Israel that was ruling in that land. Then when they left, they put the Hutus in charge, and that's what started that war.
Hotel Rwanda, you mean?
Yes.
The movie Hotel Rwanda.
Yes, that whole war started because the Europeans instigated that.
Just like in South Africa, same thing, the division among the tribes, those names that were given, that's Edomite names to cause division and rift among them. Esau the devil.
All those guns and muskets and everything, all that was handed to Ham to kidnap us in the Arabs
right.
and so forth.
And also for us to war with each other also.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why Esau puts guns in our community. They did the same thing in Africa. Gave us guns to fight each other, and then when we fight each other, they go, Ham, go conquer them now. Conquer them now. Once, let Jake conquer Jake, then let Ham go in there and conquer them who conquer Jake. Right. Name one Negro, because they'll say, oh, Ham, Jake, so Jake. Okay, let's go with that narrative. Name one black family, or name 5 black families that have old money. Right. That profited from the slave trade. Name them. Name 5. Name 2 that have old money. Not money like rich. I mean like who owned slaves and had the money and have the wealth of it today. That are amongst white circles. Name them. What's their names? Bilderbergs, DuPonts, Rothschilds, the Waltons of Walmart. That's old money. Right. That ain't new. The Bronx family of New York, the Bronx family. The only borough with the word the in front of it, because that's a family name. The Bronx. It wasn't an X, it was a C. The Bronx family owned slaves. So show me a black family, the niggas. Show me that family that had wealth through slave trading with Hamites and just doing well today for themselves. Right. Show them to me. They're not around because when the Jakes that conquered Jake, when we war with each other, once one conquered the other, Edom and Ham would step in and conquer them. Likewise, this side of the world, Native American tribes war with each other. Edom will say, okay, we're going to help you conquer them. Then they will conquer that group. Divide and conquer, yes. But I was going to say, Vini, Vidi, Vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. That's what they do. So real quick, we're going to land our plane. We're going to, land my plane, Clubhouse. We're going
hey, D.
I'm in Clubhouse mode.
Mute my mic.
Real quick, too,
my mic,
remember when Babylon came to destroy the temple, Esau was instigating them, race it, to the foundation there.
Yeah.
So they always instigating things, and they always, getting other nations to come up against us.
Yes.
And that's Ham.
That's Ham.
Yeah,
That's
that's
Cush. That's Cush right there.
Yep.
Cush and Edom. Yes. So we're going, you can call in. Lords will call in, call in at 267-702-6121, or you can Zoom call. We prefer you Zoom in, or call in, or text, whatever you want to do regarding the topic. All right, so we'll be back after this break. Stay tuned.
Also, don't forget to donate to the
Booster
Club.
Don't forget to donate to the Booster Club.
Yeah.
And don't forget to donate to the land, because we're trying to get land. We're trying to get it. We say we're going to do it. We're going to do it. You don't mess around and buy private jets and planes boats and cars and freaking boxes of chicken, whatever the hell it is. These freaking stupid pastors spend your money on. We real with it. So donate. Don't forget to donate to the books as well. But we'll get back to that. All right, stay tuned.
And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people which shall be left from Assyria.
That's Turkey.
And from Egypt. And from Pathros.
That's Sudan.
And from Cush.
That's Ethiopia.
And from Elam.
That's India.
And from Shinar.
That's Iraq.
And from Hamath.
That's Syria.
And from the islands of the sea.
That's Santo Domingo, Puerto Rico, Cape Verde, so forth and so on. Go ahead.
And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel.
Y'all see that right there? Right. So the Gentiles are the outcasts of Israel. Go ahead.
And gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
Soccer game, Argentina versus Chile. The word went out. We showed our people that the Argentinians, the people of Chile, are the tribe of Naphtali.
The spirit willing, but I'm fighting with flesh. I had to fall to light, had to put on Christ, I've been fighting with death. I wasn't right for moving left, I know Christ is coming.
The Catholic Church, if you read about it, they started the slave trade. You understand that? Read about it, read about it.
Yeah, I know, the Catholics are the ones that...
Yeah!
I know.
Why don't you ask your priest, prove them that he's white. Prove to me Christ is white.
I can't prove you he's white.
Exactly, but I can prove to you he's black. Shalom familia, aquí estamos en Nueva Jersey para el juego de Copa América, aquí para despertar a la tribu de Neftalí. Aquí había mucha gente y si quiere Dios, si uno se arrepiente es de que es la misión familia, ok, todos ustedes en línea, suscríbanse a la página, dale gusta, comparten el video, estamos aquí, ok familia, Shalom.
Necesitamos una escuela aquí en Juárez. ¿Qué piensas? Dile a la gente.
Estaría bien una escuela de enseñanza bíblica, todo basado en la Biblia. Eso es lo que pienso.
Jesus Christ is black, man. Jesus Christ is black.
nosotros amamos a nuestros hermanos, pero tenemos que traerlos a la verdad porque nos han engañado durante muchos años.
Soy fanático, me encanta.
Porque esto es blasfemia, es idolatría.
Aprendí que hay que obedecer los mandamientos del Señor, todos los juicios del Señor y amar también.
Aquí que dijo, las leyes, los estatutos fueron dadas al pueblo de Israel. No hizo así con ninguna otra nación. Eso dice la Escritura.
Yeah, burn it down, 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 burn it down. Whoa, yeah. We running it back and running it back. We running it back and running it back. And they know we blessing the world. Yeah. They know we blessing it. Yeah.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 24. But they shall rise false Christ. Now, the Lord himself said they're going to arise false Christ.
Estas son maldiciones vinieron hacia nosotros. Hoy en día nosotros estamos viviendo la secuencia de las maldiciones.
A kingdom of priests. These are the 12 kings. And Christ is the king of the 12 kings. Hey, now go. Write it before death in a table and note it in a book. In a what? In a book. What is this considered? What is this? Guess what? This book is God's.
Extreme oppression here and lack of knowing their history.
Revelation 18:4. We must come out of this system.
How many of you love God? How many of you love God?
A brief stay is going to plant the seed in our people, the sons and daughters of God, that they are the children of Israel. That's our mission. That's our goal. That's what Christ said to do.
This gospel I heard, they never heard of it. That's the first time they ever heard what we're teaching. So a lot of them interested to know what are we bringing out. They're interested to know about us. What is the Israelite?
God is not a white man. God is black man. Jesus is a black man.
He said white. Do you guys agree with this man here? No.
I return to God and God will lead us through.
we're back. We're back from the break. Back from the break. We are back. We were touching on the Hamites and Arabs always conspiring against us to overthrow us, and how we always fought against them collectively. Let's go to, you want to put your books first, or I'll put mine first? Give me the Jews of North Africa. Page 109. We're going to be page 109, 110. We're going to jump into it. Yep. This book is pretty old. Load up. Let me see the year. Yeah, that's some old stuff. 1944 stuff. That's okay.
1927.
Yeah, okay. Liam Slotz. Page 109 and 110. Yep, read that.
Greek and Talmudic writers already knew that the traditions of these races connect them with the biblical epoch. However this may be, there are whole peoples in Africa which believe, like those of the time of Procopius, a Greek author of the 6th century, that their ancestors came originally from Palestine, whence they were driven out by the Israelites. Many of the Berber tribes believe even today.
These are Hamitic Berbers. Hamitic Berbers here. Tuaregs, go ahead.
Many of the Berber tribes believe even today, as they did in the time of Ibn Navari, one of the most ancient Arab writers, that they are descendants of the Philistines who fled before David.
Dang, you read a bomb?
No bomb or nothing.
That went over their head.
Read again, please.
It's because there's a
That's
Philistine
his family.
back
That's
there.
his family. Yeah.
Oh, amazing. I don't like that page. I don't like that page at all.
However this may be, there are whole peoples in Africa which believe, like those of the time of Procopius, a Greek author of the 6th century, that their ancestors came originally from Palestine, whence they were driven out by the Israelites. Many of the Berber tribes,
Hamite Berbers, go ahead,
believe even today, as they did in the time of Ibn Navari, one of the most ancient Arab writers, that they are descendants of the Philistines who fled before David.
So these people in Africa, they know they're Philistines. They know. Go ahead.
They say that these far-off ancestors of theirs, in flight with their king Goliath, into Africa, passed through Egypt, and there founded in the oasis a city which still bears the name of Gath, and which is to this day a famous Berber center.
Go ahead.
This sort of legend has a very real effect on the economic and social relations existing between these people and the Jews. The Berbers of Gath have always been firmly convinced that they were descended from the Philistines. It was dangerous enough in former time for any Jew to penetrate into the circle of the oasis.
Jews could not be found in that area at all. No Bantu should be up in there. None. Go ahead.
But woe to him who happened to bear the name of David.
If you have the name, if you went into that area and your name was David, go ahead.
The traditional enemy of the Philistines.
They put you to death. Go ahead.
For the people of Gath have remained above all the people of Jalut, the enemies of the people of David.
Us, Israelites. Go ahead.
The Majmuda and the Brabers of the west are part Philistine and part Amalekite. And it is as such that they are spoken of in the writings of Ibn Ezra.
So apparently these people are descendants of both Philistine and Edom mingled together. Go ahead.
They are the hereditary enemies of Israel. They cannot forget what Amalek suffered at the time of the Exodus from Egypt.
Because oftentimes you'll hear Edom talk about how that some Hamites have like European features, like the nose, because they mingle with Edom in ancient time and ran into Africa. That's what they're saying. Go ahead.
Are the afflictions put upon them by the first two leaders of Israel. To these tribes isolated in the desert, their traditions handed down from generation to generation by word of mouth are reality itself. They bridge over time and space, making these peoples one with their ancestors of 1,000 years ago, and bringing together tribes from the ends of the desert. And as with the Arabs of old, it is always the ingenious biblical account from which the genealogical list of the native tribes are derived and which determine their sympathies, their loves, and their hates.
I mean, the Bible tells you who these people are, who their enemies are, and who they are. The Bible is the book that you use as a source of who they are. Go ahead.
There are other besides Philistines, Amalekites in Africa. I think that's
all. Okay, page 337.
So they're letting you know, like, the sympathies, the loves, their hates, the spirit that they come with, it all from the Bible.
Now, some of it is legend, but for the most part, they are Philistines. That's true. That's definitely true. 337. 53-39, because Goliath didn't flee with them. Goliath was killed by David.
Right.
But possibly his ancestors, descendants, they fled into Africa. That's why I'm saying it's partly legend. Partly legend. 337.
I have 337.
Yeah, I should. Same book.
Same book. Remember, Goliath had brothers as well. So, like you said, it's part legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the mighty men killed his other brother.
Yep. Yep.
You don't have it? No, sir. Damn, I didn't give it to y'all.
Hey, dang, yeah, we asking y'all for books. Y'all don't even. Hey, do you have Caesar in Christ, page 37?
You should have that. Caesar in Christ.
Caesar in Christ, page 37. Please.
I'll bring that book, Lord's Will, next week, and we'll go over it. I know something's in there. I want it, but I don't have it now, so forget it.
Just say yes or no.
They should have it. We got that book for so long.
Caesar in Christ, page 30.
You got the whole damn book. You have that whole book on it in the folder.
Right. All right, what's page 40 say? Pull it up. Okay. And y'all don't have 37? No, sir. All right.
Christ, volume 2.
Hey.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mind if I bring out scripture?
Yeah, put something.
Hey, can we get 1 Chronicles 22 and read verse 10? Just going into one of the more reasons why, the Philistines hated David. Because Goliath was like their champion. They prided themselves in Goliath.
Mm-hmm.
But when David killed him, he cut off his head, then chased all the Philistines.
And kept his sword.
That's exactly what we're about to read. David got disrespectful with them.
Yeah, he got disrespectful.
So anytime he went to war with the Philistines after that, they was like, that's his sword.
We petty, man. Israel petty, man. We petty, bro. We petty.
Yo. Go ahead, read that, Joe.
1 Chronicles chapter 22, verse 10. He shall build an house for my name.
No, I said 1 Chronicles, 1 Samuel. 1 Samuel 22 and 10.
We're going to take the call after this. Take a call.
Oh, okay.
1 Samuel chapter 22 and verse 10. And he inquired of the Lord for him and gave him victuals and gave him the sword of Goliath the Philistine.
So David carried around that big-ass sword all his days.
Yep.
In all his wars against the Philistines.
Yep, and everybody else, too.
Right.
His wars with everybody else.
Yeah.
Probably a broadsword.
Yeah.
Like that thing called Berserk.
The
animated show called Berserk with the big old sword.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a call. You got it yet, Jay? Looking for it, right?
Yeah, let's vet them first, please.
Yes, let's vet them.
They might be in the Matrix currently.
Wearing tinfoil hats. Trying to get frequencies.
Oh, it's a Zoom call.
Yeah. Let them in.
Okay, it's not a woman. That's a good sign.
Can they hear us?
Hello.
Zoom call, yeah.
Hey, you got to mute the TV.
You got to mute the TV.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Shalom, Deep. Most High in Christ. Bless
Shalom,
you.
Most High in Christ. Bless. What's going on, bro?
Not much.
What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Jared. I'm from Albany. I'm from the New York camp.
Okay.
The New York headquarters.
Yes, sir.
But I had a question because I know you guys are talking about the Philistines.
Mm-hmm.
So I know in the scriptures read that Palestine and Philistine are the same people.
Yeah.
So when we read prophecies concerning Palestine and Philistine, is that also twofold talking about the Hamitic nations and the people, the Ishmaelite people, or is it just concerning the Ishmaelite people?
It depends on where you're reading from.
Okay.
It depends on what you're reading. I know like Joel 3, we're going to read that in a few moments. That's referring to Ham and Ishmael together. Coastal Palestine is Ishmael there. It's just Tyre and Sidon, that's the Hamites. That right. Tyre is Sidon is the Hamite. That's Canaanites. So that's them, and then Palestine there is Ishmael in Joel 3. That's why we read earlier in that commentary it said 2 Chronicles, this is the Arabs and Hamites. It mentions Joel 3, 4-6. I'm not sure if you heard it. But it references,
Yes, sir, I did, sir.
It references, so even the scholars know that Palestine there is not referring to Philistines, but it's referring to Ishmael there. But it says Palestine there, prophetically. So it depends on the context of the verse or chapter you're reading from that lets you know if it's Philistines or if it's Arabs. That you know. So when you read Philistines throughout like with Joshua, Judges, that's not referring to Ishmael. That's referring to Ham. Whereas prophetically, it's in reference to them.
Okay, I was aware of that, but I was just concerning the prophetic text. I was asking that question, but thank you, sir. Very edifying.
Yeah, it depends. Like I said, the prophetic text, it depends on which text you're referring to. But for the most part, prophetically, it's always referring to Ishmael. Prophetically.
Okay. All right.
Yes,
Thank you, sir. Most High, Christ bless.
Shalom, Most High, Christ bless.
Shalom, bro.
Shalom.
That's a good question.
Yeah, good question. Yeah.
Also, did you say you wanted page 37?
Yeah, I got it. I just found it myself.
Well, I found all the praises.
Hey, get that page real quick. We're just going to show you how the Philistines and Tyre, Hamitic nations that were called Canaanites that was in our land before, how they got into the north of Africa. Pull it up. Go down to the bottom. Yep. Hey, you can start at... Oh, I'll read it. I'm going to start at the Latins. The Latins gave the name Africa to the region around Carthage and Utica.
Romans.
And followed the Greeks in calling its Semitic population Pawnee, Phoenicians. The sieges of Tyre by Shalmaneser, Nebuchadnezzar, and Alexander drove many wealthy Tyrians to Africa.
That's to be the Canaanites there.
Most of them went to Carthage and made it a new center of Phoenician trade. Carthage grew in power and splendor as Tyre and Sidon declined.
Because they fled from old Tyre on the mainland and ran to an island called New Tyre, which was an island in the middle of the Mediterranean. Yeah.
The strengthened city drove the African natives further and further inland, ceased to pay tribute to them, exacted tribute from them, and used them as slaves and serfs in his homes and fields. So that's us when we came in, when we was there. Large estates took form. Some, now get page 40.
Took form with 20,000 men.
Took form with 20,000 men. In the hands of the practical Phoenicians, agriculture became a science and an industry, which the Carthaginian Mago summarized in a famous manual. Irrigated with canals, the soil flowered into gardens, cornfields, vineyards, and orchards of olives, pomegranate, pears, cherries, and so forth.
I believe Phoenicia means palm, right? It means palm, land of palms.
Phoenician knows like red.
Oh, yeah. The dye. Yeah, the dye.
The snails, purple dye.
So what happened was Tyre, the Hamites, they fleed into Tyre from
Alexander. Alexander the Great beat their ass pretty much, and they ran to an island and they fled there. And then Alexander, they were talking messes. They thought that it was safe. And Alexander burned that thing to the ground. They fled from that island into North Africa and built their capital there. But the Jake was already there, so he took over.
I remember you pulled that in Isaiah 23. It was Isaiah 23. So the prophecy of that. So what happened was, as they flee, we fled with them. Some of us, you got Asher.
Yeah, Northern Kingdom fled with them.
Northern Kingdom was there. Asher and Zebulun was amongst them. And then we became the majority. And we made them, we pushed them further inland, okay, which is your Tuareg and so forth. And all that. We pushed them further south into like the deserts and so forth. And we took over North Africa. All right, so that's why I just wanted to show how the Hamites got there.
Yeah, pretty much. I want those pages, man.
Which one?
Look up Jews North Africa, page 337, 339. Can you Google it or look it up?
Yeah, I got it.
Give me Joel 3 in the meantime. Joel 3. And give me the commentary on Joel 3 as well. It says the exact same thing. Joel 3. So let's go back to the brother's question earlier. All praises.
Yep.
You spoke it up.
The book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 4. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians.
Read again.
The children also of Judah
And the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians.
He sold us to the white man. They sold us to the white man. Jump to verse 4.
Verse 4.
New Year's 2, you skipped it. Read verse, so I meant read verse 2 to 6.
Okay, yes, sir. Verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
This is Armageddon. World War III is referring to. Go ahead.
And will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel.
Plead means destroy them. Go ahead. Show them that they're wrong. Go ahead.
Whom they have scattered among their nations.
Watch.
And parted my land.
And the land is divided between Israeli and Palestinian. Both of them don't belong there. Go ahead.
And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot.
Made the boys breeders. Go ahead.
And sold a girl for wine.
And took our women as in their brothels and in their harems and made them concubines and so forth. Go ahead.
That they might drink.
Go ahead.
Yea. And what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon?
Tyre and Sidon. Now, it's not two Hamites. This is one group of Hamites in the city. Tyre is the city. Sidon is the Canaanites. Tyre is the city, or Tyrians. Tyre is the city. Sidon is the people. Tyre and Sidon. They're referred to by their city. Tyre and Sidon, meaning Canaanites. Sidon or Sidonians are Canaanites. Go ahead.
And all the coast of Palestine.
The coast of Palestine will be the Arabs, Ishmaelites today. Go ahead.
Will ye render me a recompense?
Will you render me a recompense? Why? Because God did not choose them as his people. That's why the Arabs refer to us as Ahal al-Katab, people of the book. And the Hamites refer to us as the children of David. They hated our guts. Go ahead.
Will ye render me a recompense?
Will you pay me back for not choosing you as my people? Go ahead.
And if ye recompense me,
go ahead.
Swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head.
Go ahead.
Because ye have taken my silver and my gold.
You have taken my silver and my gold. Go ahead.
And have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things.
And they built their temple on top of Solomon's temple where it once stood and put their stuff in there. Or took our stuff that was already found and put it in their temple. Go ahead.
The children also of Judah.
The children of Judah.
And the children of Jerusalem.
Go ahead.
Have ye sold unto the Grecians.
The Hamites and the Arabs did what? Raids on Negro communities. We read that in the Encyclopedia earlier. This is prophetic. Go ahead.
That ye might remove them far from their border.
That you might remove them far from their border, from the land, and you eventually take it over. Those same Greeks became Israelis today. And the Palestine here is the Palestinians today. That part of the land. Going back to verse 2. All right? What's the text say?
Text. It's the last one, right? It's the last one.
Is that whole thing or is it the bottom one? Load up. I can't read that.
Okay, just that one. The Zulus are Israelite or a mingling of Hamites and Israelites as well. And where are they today?
The Zulus are Israelites, and they did mingle with Ham. And where are they today? They're in South. A lot of them are in South Africa. A lot of them go by Zulu today. South Africans today, the apartheid, that'd be them. They refer to as Zulu. They call them Zulus over there. I forgot they call them. They call a particular area over there something Zulu. Forgot what it's called. It's in South Africa, where they face persecution from Edom and so forth. So a lot of them are still, pretty much South Africa. That's pretty much where they are now. I won't say all of them are in South Africa, but that's where the majority of them are residing now. They go under that name, under that name Zulu. I'm trying to think of the city. I mean, y'all talk real fast. I'm gonna look it up real quick. It's called something Zulu. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm looking for the
Hold on a second. I'm gonna try to respond.
Book real quick. Hey, you guys want to go ahead?
Yeah, it's called KwaZulu Natal. That's in South Africa. There's a city called KwaZulu. KwaZulu Natal, South Africa. Amajuba, Ethekwini. These are like Zulu names of our people that reside in South Africa today. So that's an example. So, I mean, in terms of where they are, where all the Zulus are at now, I can't say, but I know that a lot of our people in South Africa who underwent the apartheid and the slave trade and so forth, they have cities named Zulu because that's the name they were under before colonization, if that makes sense. But the Zulus are our people. I went over that last week with the book by Livingstone. He goes over that the customs we kept, the language they spoke, things of that nature, and book David Livingstone book. I went over that last week. If you want, watch last week's lesson. and I go into how the Zulus are our people and so forth. And it mentions in that book also that we intermingle with Ham. Israel is mingled and scattered among everyone. But here's the thing you got to understand. Israel is the majority of everyone on the earth. The nations are the minority. Israel is almost everyone. So even if you have someone saying, I am Nilot, maybe, but for the most part, most Israel is everybody. The remnants, nations are, and you have heathens. But the Zulus, once again, Psalms 106, we mingled. So I don't want you to confuse anybody and say, oh, that Hamite's an Israelite. No, I'm just saying that Israel mingled with everyone all over the world. If that answers your question. You got Joel 3. Let me see. Yeah, wow, damn. Well, that's heavy. KwaZulu means place of the people of heaven. Damn. Well, there you go.
Damn, son.
Not a coincidence. I didn't know that meant that. So, KwaZulu Natal means place of the people of heaven. Give me Hebrews 12:23. That's heavy. Give me Hebrews 12:23. It says the exact same thing. Place of the people of heaven. That is us. Hebrews 12:23.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 12, verse 23. To the general assembly and church of the firstborn, which are written in heaven.
Read it again.
To the general assembly and church of the firstborn.
And the church of the firstborn, meaning Christ. Go ahead.
Which are written in heaven.
We are written in heaven.
The 12 gates.
12 gates. We're written in heaven. We're the people of heaven. So that KwaZulu thing is no coincidence. Go ahead.
And to God, the judge of all, and to the spirits of just men made perfect.
Damn. All right, that's good. Some good stuff right there. I didn't even know I meant that.
Yeah, I ain't think
All
that.
praises. KwaZulu. Natal. Let me see if I want here. Go down some. Go to verse 6. I think it's 6. Yeah, click that. Commentary. See.
Joel 3 and 6, Benson.
I think it is. Let me see it. Yeah, that's it. Read that.
Benson commentary. Joel chapter 3, verse 6. The children also of Judah, and have ye sold unto the Grecians. The descendants of Javan.
Genesis Edom, pretty much, as Javan got conquered. Go ahead.
10 and 2, Genesis 10 and 5. They trafficked with Tyre and traded in slaves. Ezekiel 27:13. It was customary for the merchants of the neighboring countries, particularly of Tyre and Sidon,
Ham, go ahead,
to buy the children of Israel for slaves of their conquerors.
See? Go ahead.
In order to sell them again.
In order to sell them again to who? To Edom, to Ishmael. That's what they do. Go ahead.
See 1 Maccabees, chapter 3, verse 41.
Watch.
The histories which record the calamities of the Jews speak of great numbers of them being made captives and then sold and dispersed into foreign countries. Thus, 40,000 were sold by Antiochus and Epiphanes.
Go out of this. Go out of this. What's wrong? I want something else out of this. Go down. Let me see. Is that one? Let me see. Go down. Go down. Go down. Go down. Go down. Some more. Stop. Let me see. No. Go down. Go down. Let me see. Wait. No, I don't want that either. Go down. I think that's all I wanted. Because that Chronicle said the same thing, so I'll repeat it. That's good enough. That's good enough. Wait. Let me see. Go down. Let me see. Nah, that's good enough. I'll go back over it again another time. Get me. Sold to the Grecians. Yeah, what you got, Jared? What you got?
Oh, you want to page 337 of Travel to North
Yeah,
Africa?
get that book, please. Yeah. Read that.
All right, this is the book Travels in North Africa.
In a book of ours.
In a book of ours devoted to scientific theories, we have attempted some explanation of this phenomenon. In this work, which is which is nothing more than a collection of facts and observations, we can only present evidence which supports our theory. However startling the conclusion itself, but before we deal with the legend of Joshua ben Nun, it seems best to review here a number of historic traditions which have their origins in earliest antiquity. These traditions which will place the legends of Joshua ben Nun in a more interesting light, for it is certain that they are almost as old as the Phoenician colonization of Africa and have always been known in the country. There's an old Hebrew tradition that at the time of the conquest of the Holy Land by the Israelites under Joshua, the son of Nun, certain Canaanite tribes migrated to Africa.
That's Tyre and Sidon. Tyre and Sidon. Go ahead.
1. Tosefta, quoting an older source, says that when Joshua approached Canaan, he told the inhabitants that 3 courses were open to them. They could either leave the country or they could sue for peace.
That was the option we gave him. Go ahead.
Or they could declare war against him.
Go ahead.
The Girgashites, among others, preferred to withdraw into Africa.
So Joshua said, that's the law. Get that law real quick. Deuteronomy 20. The law about, listen, give us the land, bow out peacefully, or we going to just conquer you. Let me get Deuteronomy 20. Let me see it. Prevail against it. Deuteronomy 20, let me see. Yeah, 20 and verse 10.
Deuteronomy chapter 20 and verse 10.
It's the law. Go ahead.
When thou comest nigh unto a city to fight against it, then proclaim peace unto it.
Listen, we come here, we want this city, so you either give it to us or we're going to take it by force. Because it's our land anyway. Go ahead.
And it shall be, if it make thee answer of peace.
The answer of peace, go ahead.
And open unto thee.
Open the door, go ahead.
Then it shall be that all the people that is found therein shall be tributaries unto thee. And they shall serve thee.
They become our servants. Go ahead. Read on.
And if it will make no peace with thee,
they don't want no peace. They want war. Go ahead.
But will make war against thee, then thou shalt besiege it.
Go ahead.
And when the Lord thy God hath delivered it into thine hands, thou shalt smite every male thereof with the edge of the sword.
Go ahead.
But the women and the little ones and the cattle and all that is in the city, even all the spoil thereof, shalt thou take unto thyself. And thou shalt eat the spoil of thine enemies, which the Lord thy God hath given thee.
Come on.
Thus shalt thou do unto all the cities which are very far off from thee, which are not of the cities of these nations.
So that was the law there. So read this again. Oh, we got a Zoom call. Go ahead.
Hey,
go ahead.
D, you know, funny, Esau do this today. They go into a country and say, look, we want this.
Yeah.
they come peacefully.
Yeah. Somewhat.
Hey, this is what Judas Maccabees did throughout all Maccabees.
Yeah.
He said he went to a city. If they didn't open up, he would besiege it and destroy everybody.
Yep. Yeah.
Then Esau send the jackals in afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. We got a Zoom call? Yes, sir. Go ahead. Let's go to the Zoom call. Hey, shalom, caller.
Hey, shalom.
What's your name? Where you calling from?
Can you hear us?
Yes, sir. Shalom, Dick. Shalom. Everyone.
Most high Christ bless. How you doing?
Hey,
What's going on, man?
shalom.
What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Jan. I'm calling from Nottingham, UK.
Okay,
and,
UK in the house.
UK. Okay, all praises.
All praises, sir. I had a question about the Syrophoenician woman that you read about in Mark chapter 7, verse 26. Is that a black woman or is that a white woman?
That's
is he an African or white?
Edom, because Syro is Assyrians. That's Syrophoenicians or Edomites that took over the land, like Antiochus. They're Syro. She was a Libyo-Phoenician. She'd be black. Libyo-Phoenicians were the black, with our people that reside in that area. The Syro-Phoenicians were the Edomites that reside in that area. So you got Libyo-Phoenicians, which is Jake and Ham, and then you got Syro-Phoenicians, which is Syrians or Edomites that reside in the area. She was definitely Edom.
All praises. Thank you.
So
also, Dick, I had a question. Being from Nottingham, do you have any books that have our history? Because I know we had a strong history over here, but it is so much to go through. I don't know which book to go to try and read it out. Because sometimes
in the UK, we getting there.
We're getting there. You in Nottingham? We getting there. You gotta be patient. We getting to Nottingham soon. We're gonna be in King James. We'll be in King James soon. It's gonna be a long road though. We're gonna run there real fast and come back, but we're gonna touch it a little bit, then eventually go to it full circle. So just be patient. We'll go into
Yes, sir.
Nottingham.
I can't wait.
Yes, sir. All praises.
All praises. Those were my questions, sir.
Okay, all praises, bro. Well, thank you for calling. Shalom, Most High Christ bless.
All right, shalom, soldier. Most High Christ bless.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Now, first international call, Deep.
Yeah, no, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, all praises. Okay. You got a text.
Nah, we had a brother in Canada, man.
Yeah. That was last time. The first call was from Canada.
Oh, we get so many calls now.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
Lord.
Yo, this brother act like he didn't know what Canada. He's like Canada.
Our first call was
That
from
don't count.
Canada.
That don't count,
International,
man. We can
man.
drive there.
Why? Because
man.
he's Northern Kingdom.
Yeah, we can drive there. That don't count, man.
Oh, man.
I'm talking about you gotta take a flight, man. You know what I'm saying?
You can take a flight to Canada.
It's new levels.
Oh man, can we get the text?
What does the text say?
Yeah, let's read the text.
Geography is hard.
Geography is
Now it's
hard,
my time
son.
to escape.
Shalom, leadership. Definitely the Hausa had a huge role in slaughtering we Igbo during the Biafra War.
Yes. Biafra War.
That was Ham.
Yeah, that was Ham. Yes, that was Ham. Now, I understand Israel's in there, but for the most part, that is Ham, yes. Definitely Ham. All right? That's what I mentioned earlier, that it was Ham. Where we at?
Yes, sir.
The Girgashites, among others, prefer to withdraw.
Right. The Girgashites, among others, prefer to withdraw into Africa. The Tosefta goes on to say that the Amorites and the
Cadmonites, huh?
The Cadmoni, the Kenite,
the Kenites we was cool with. Kenites, go ahead.
And the Kenizzites.
These are the 10 Canaanite families of Genesis real fast. Genesis 10. Let me see. No, it's not Genesis. I think it's 7. Hold on a second. Let me look for it.
With the Kenites?
It names like the 10 families of Canaan. Hold on. It's not 10. It's, hold on. It's 15, 19.
Deuteronomy said?
No, Genesis 15,
Genesis,
19 to 21.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 15, verse 19. The Kenites and the Kenizzites and the Cadmonites and the Hittites and the Perizzites and the Rephims.
Rephaim are the children of Anak. Those are tall giants of Anak. Anakims, that's Rephaim. Go ahead.
And the Amorites and the Canaanites and the Girgashites and the Jebusites.
Right. Go ahead. Continue the book now. So these are 10 Canaanite families here. Go ahead.
Right. The Tosefta goes on to say that the Amorites, the Cadmonite, the Kenites, and the Kenizzites, some of whom figure among the founders of Carthage.
They were there first. Go ahead.
Also went to Africa.
Further into Africa. Go ahead. Because they were already in Africa. Go ahead.
These traditions date from a period when communication between Africa and Phoenicia was continuous. The proper names of Girgash and Kenez are often to be met with in Carthaginian inscriptions. The Talmud says that the Canaanites in Africa asked Alexander the Great to restore to them their country, which had been taken from their ancestors by Joshua ben Nun.
They asked the Greeks to get us their land back. No, it's our land. Go ahead.
These traditions have found a place in the books of Jubilees and of Enoch.
Go ahead.
They have been ratified by the fathers of the church. Thus, St. Jerome calls to witness the Talmud to support his statement that the Girgashites established colonies in Africa.
They did. Some of the Talmud is accurate because the rabbis wrote these things down in the Talmud. Some of it is accurate until later on it became madness. Go ahead.
And St. Augustine designates the natives of Africa as Canaanites.
Yep. That's true. Go ahead.
These traditions persisted until the 6th century, thus quoting from an Armenian author of the 5th century. Procopius, the Greek author, says they, the Canaanites, still live in the country and use the Phoenician language.
Wow. Go ahead.
They built themselves a fort in a city of Numidia, in the place where Tigris stands today. There, near a great fountain, are 2 steps of white stone on which are Phoenician inscriptions saying, "We are those that fled before Joshua, the son of Nave, the brigand."
The brigand. Damn. So they have inscriptions of that. We are those who got conquered by Joshua. Go ahead. They mad as hell. This goes back to that patriots that they hated David. They hate Joshua. They hate David. Go ahead.
This is a statement of antiquity on the legends of Joshua ben Nun in Africa.
This is in many books. This statement here is found in many books. A whole bunch I've come across saying the same thing. Go ahead.
Call him the robber.
Yeah, call him the robber, the brigand. Yeah, go ahead.
Without entering into the historic value of this statement, we may see at once that these legends have persisted since Phoenician times. We may mention now that these legends concerning Joshua are duplicating in those which concern. That's all I have. That's the only page.
That's it? That's all. So, again, this is proof of different scholars and authors that the Canaanites resided in Africa from then until now. That's your Turigs, your Nilotes. These are Canaanites, Girgashites, Philistines. They all in there. And they overthrew us. They overthrew us. The Edomites made league with them. The Arabs made league with them, and they got together and conquered us. This is what they do.
And it's in Season of Christ. I didn't post the page, but also remember when they conquered us in Carthage in North Africa, Esau, Rome gave the libraries, our libraries, to
them,
to Ham.
Yeah, that's in Season in Christ.
That's in Season in Christ.
Yeah.
Do y'all have that page? Y'all might have it.
They might have it. Yeah.
Check
Get that
check.
and also get War of the Jews also regarding the Berbers distinction. I'm gonna give it a distinction. War of the Jews also. Get this first.
What you posted, Officer?
Nah, it's basically the same thing.
Get me real quick. We got time. Get me
Y'all have it? Yes? No? If not, I'll pull it up myself.
What did I want? Get me Psalms 83. Let's go to the point. Verse 4. 3. Verse 3. No, verse 2. Start from verse 2. You got another Zoom call again? Wow.
Damn.
Okay. Psalms 83, verse 2.
All praises.
Yeah. Psalms chapter 83 and verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
Gain power and authority. Go ahead.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Against your people, God. Go ahead.
And have consulted against thy hidden ones.
Hidden because these nations consulted and conspired to make sure that our identity was hidden. It was a joint effort to overthrow us and conquer us and hide our identity among these nations. Go ahead.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Let us cut them off from being a nation. I mean, they forget who they are, become hidden ones. Go ahead.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
No more in remembrance of them and of the world. Go ahead.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
Joint effort. They've consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against you, God, and your people. Go ahead.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The white man's number one on the hit list. Edom. Go ahead.
And the Ishmaelites.
The Arabs, the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
Moab is the Chinese.
And the Hagarenes.
Hagarenes are Ishmaelites. Those are Arabs, Muslims today. Hagarenes, children of Hagar. Ishmael. Go ahead.
Gebal.
Gebal is Hamites.
And Ammon.
And Japanese. Watch.
And Amalek.
So-called Israelis, ADL. Watch.
The Philistines.
The Philistines. Go ahead.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
That's the Philistines with the Canaanites. These guys said we're going to cut them off from being a nation. Sell them off into slavery, take all their records, hide them, sell them off into slavery, take the land. That's what happened. That's what happened. That's why on the bishop shows like those old movie reels of how Jerusalem was before Amalek got there.
Right.
You see them black people there? That's Ham and them. They went back in there. But the Arabs, they were all there together. We got the land back. Yes. And we gone. Now you may have had some of us there, but I'm sure I doubt any, if any at all. But them old movie reels was Ham and Ishmael living there, walking around free, happy that they conquered out the land. Parted my land. Tyre and Sidon and Palestine. That's what it was. We got a Zoom call. They hung up.
They good. Okay.
You good?
Yeah, they ready.
Put them on.
Sorry. The hell? Oh, you getting fancy with the blur.
Hey. Shalom. You calling from? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Shalom.
Hey, shalom,
brother. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yes, sir. MOV Hezekiah calling from OKC.
Oh, okay. All praises. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Oklahoma.
Yeah,
Shout out to OKC, man. Shout out to Okie Dope, man.
Right. Okie Dope.
Shout out to Deacon.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Deacon Abiel. Yes. Deacon Abiel. That includes all of y'all.
That includes all of y'all. Hey, look.
Yes, sir. What's
going
going on?
Man. Yes, sir. I was asking a few weeks ago about the mingling of Moab and Northern Kingdom.
Oh,
and
okay.
you mentioned how that made Northern Kingdom look more Moab.
Yeah, particularly with Gad and Reuben. Yes, because Gad's next door to those two. Yes, Moab and Ammon. Yes.
Yes, sir. So you mentioned in this class how Southern Kingdom also mingled with the heathen. Could that also have the effect of the mingling towards Southern Kingdom as well, just as it did with Northern Kingdom? Sir?
Yeah, definitely. Even further than that, we intermingled with we went to India, we went to China, we intermingled with the blacks were shipped over there, we mingled with them as well. Vietnam, you got that over there, the war. And prior to both, you have Israel intermingled with all the nations. Israel was known for that. But as I said before, I'm not sure if that was you last time, the last comment, but Northern Kingdom was more prone to doing so, and they did it in an earlier period of time. Like you read about particularly like a woman from Dan, she had an Egyptian son. Right. And you read about the brother Hiram, who helped Solomon with the materials to build the temple. His dad was a Canaanite, but his mom was Northern Kingdom. So you read Samson had an affinity for them too. It happens. Northern Kingdom is more so prone to doing so a lot. So that's why I said more so with them and firstly with them. Southern Kingdom also mingled with them as well. You also had Hamites in South Africa called the Khoisan people. They have very Chinese-looking features, very Asian. They're called the Khoisan people. They have real chinky eyes, brown, and Jake, the Bantus, moved in there with them and mingled with them. So a lot of our people got those eyes as well. A lot of Levi got those eyes too. I see that a lot with them. Levi tend to have those eyes. So I know I know somewhere everybody have gotten Levi out of that area and brought them over here too. Especially I know in Benin as well. So definitely Levi has that as well. So even for Pharrell, he got the same kind of features too. Pharrell, the producer, got the same kind of features also. It varies. Those features tend to be amongst us, Southern and Northern Kingdom. So yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. To clarify, that was me the last time a few weeks ago that I asked about Northern Kingdom mingling with Moab to have those features, because I have a bro that I grew up with from Northern Kingdom, straight Mexican from Durango, Mexico. And he looked straight chinky-eyed Jackie Chan. I called him Jackie Chan my whole life. So that's why I asked.
Well, one thing also I brought out before is that whenever Northern Kingdom, for some odd reason, which is crazy, whenever Northern Kingdom intermingles with Moab, the Moab dominates the features, which is weird to me. Moab tends to have more dominant genes, so whenever we mix with them, you always know we mix with them. Probably from that whole Lot thing with Lot, and probably something to do with that, those genes. But I know whenever Ephraim particularly mingles with them, they take on more Moab features than Southern Kingdom tends to do. Southern Kingdom will take the eyes and the face being a little round, but Ephraim will look entirely like them, which is weird. So.
Yeah, they will. Yeah. That's crazy. Yes, sir. That's wild. Yep. I just want a confirmation on that.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All praise. Thank you for calling, sir. Thank you for calling, bro. We're gonna Shalom, Most High Christ bless.
Shalom, Most High Christ bless.
Hey, D, that's why I say Hosea. In Hosea it says Ephraim has mingled among the people. Strangers have devoured his strength, because he was mixing before everybody so much that they say, strangers devoured his strength.
Yep. Swallowed up.
Completely different.
Yeah, get that page.
That page.
I'll
wrap it up after this.
Oh gosh.
On the group, Caesar and Christ.
How do we get here?
I don't know.
Had nothing to do with what was going on.
Got devoured.
Yeah.
All right.
Where we
at? Page 42. Let's go down to the second paragraph.
Oh, praise the Lord. When the Romans.
Wow. when the Romans destroyed Carthage, they presented the libraries they found there to their African allies.
Yep. When they destroyed us of Carthage, Israel and Carthage, they gave our documents to the Hamites. And don't think they don't got them documents. Don't think them documents are just lost in time. They have them. They have them. Smithsonian, Vatican, they got them. Go ahead. That's all you wanted?
Yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted out that whole page.
Man, keep reading. Keep reading that.
Of these collections, I'm sorry. Of these collections, nothing survives except Hanno's record of his voyage.
Well, let's be yes. Go ahead.
And fragments of Mago on husbandry. St. Augustine vaguely assures us that in Carthage there were many things wisely handed down to memory.
Yeah, we didn't write things down for this very reason right here. We just passed it down oral tradition, where including traveling over here. That's what it's talking about. Us coming over here, we didn't write that on paper. And if we did write it down, they found it in fragments, so they couldn't really decipher it well. But they had an idea it was over here.
And Salus and Juba made use of Carthaginian historians, but we have no native account of Carthage history, of its architecture. The Romans left not a stone upon a stone. We are told that its style was a mixture of Phoenician and Greek, that its temples were massive and ornate, that the temple and statue of Baal Haman were plated with gold value at 1,000 talents. and that even the proud Greeks considered Carthage one of the world's most beautiful capitals.
That's all I want. So Esau destroyed any remainder, left no stone standing. He said, destroy everything. Also, next week, we're going to bring that video out. That big wall they had that Esau destroyed in Africa.
Benin Wall? The wall of Benin?
Yeah, the Benin Wall that was bigger than the wall of China.
Yeah, it could circle the U.S. 3 times.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's what it said.
What time is it, man? I want to play that. How long is that video? We ain't got no time. We ain't got no time. All right, so go ahead, officer. You up.
Yes, sir. Hey, let's give a hand for the deacon and the leadership. All praise the Most High. Great class. Great class. All right, let's get to these announcements. All right, Israel, remember, subscribe to Our Hidden History Radio on YouTube. Hit the notifications button so you know when we go live. Also, subscribe to our Philly channels, IUIC Philly, Philadelphia, and IUIC Philadelphia in the Classroom to get the camp videos from the deacon, captain, and officers of IUIC Philly. You can donate to Our Hidden History on PayPal. Donate to IUIC.Philadelphia at IsraelUnite.org. In the comment section, put OHH so we can purchase more books to bring out to you. Also, donate to the Booster Club, like we've been saying for the whole show. We have to travel to spread the gospel to the 4 corners of the earth so we can bring forth the end. If you believe that, sending your donations on PayPal to IUIC.fundraising at IsraelUnite.org. Also, last but not least, subscribe to IUIC TV to get exclusive content from the leadership of IUIC, and tune in next to Raven and Wolves with Deacon Malafire. Next. All right, missing persons. Okay, all praise the Most High. Natasha Knox was found. So all praise to the Most High for that. You know, it's not too often that our brothers and sisters are found. So all praise the Most High. So let's always be on the lookout. Next. All right, so missing persons, Melinda Mendez, 13 years old, Hispanic, eye color brown, hair brown, about 5 foot, 79 pounds. Melinda was last seen on September 3rd wearing a white hooded sweatshirt with stitch character, black leggings, black Converse sneakers, black framed glasses, and carrying a dark colored book bag. She likes to frequent FDR Park and South Philadelphia area. All right, so if you do see our sister, make sure you report it to the local authorities, and let's find our sisters. All right, what's that, crazy? Oh, not I was about to end it. Also, donate to the land fund. We've been talking about it all show as well. We have to purchase our own land so we can celebrate our feast on our own terms. All right. So if you believe that, I don't know, you want to say anything on that, Deke? I know you want to say.
Nah, just donate, man. Listen, we're transparent, and we say we need donations for you. For your donations, we mean it, and you know where it goes. You've seen where it goes. So we need y'all to donate to the land fund and donate to the Booster Club. You see us traveling the world. Bishop traveling 34 hours all the way to another part of the world to bring the gospel out. So please, if you can, be a cheerful giver. We don't do tithing. Those of you who are new, we don't do tithing. I don't know what tithing is from. Right. Tithing is not New Testament. We do a cheerful giving of alms, donations. So if you can, give what you can when you can, but please donate. We can't stress it enough. We need your help. We can't do it without you guys. So please donate to the land fund so we can keep these feast days in our terms. Like our officer said, when we want, we can leave when we want, go where we want, stay up as late as we want, make all the noise we want, because it's ours. It's all ours. We're under no one's subjection.
Right.
All right? So please, go ahead.
All right. So you can donate. If you believe that, donate on PayPal to Israel at IsraelUnite.org. In the comment section, put land. All right? Next. All right, and last but not least, we're looking for your assistance to enhance our national broadcast. Kindly spare a minute to provide feedback by answering 5 brief questions. So pull out your phone and hit that QR code. Help us out. As y'all see, we need a lot of help, okay? Looks like crazy, but...
The Philistines are trying to take over.
The Philistines is very, very...
they're angry.
Instrumental in the show.
That was a touchy subject.
They ain't want to hit no bombs, nothing.
It's back there mad as hell.
Bunga bunga.
Yo, y'all are terrible people, man. Oh, man. All right. Well, that took a weird turn. But all praise to the Most High. Hope you guys enjoyed the show as much as I enjoyed bringing this stuff out to you guys. I learn as you learn. We're going to bring out some more stuff. I got to gather some more information. I done ran out of the lesson. I'm out. So I got to create a lesson during the week.
Damn.
put it together. We done, pretty much gonna reach into eventually make our way into the Trans-Pacific slave trade. It's a lot to go into, a lot to cover. So
Don't
just
worry,
stay
D.
with us, stick with us.
We still got some stuff to bring out. We can bring it out.
All praises, okay. All praises. So
Still a lot with the Indian Ocean before we even get to
it's a lot regarding that trade. So just stick with us. We're gonna Lord's will bring it to you. So stay tuned for next week. Lord's will. Shalom. Most High in Christ bless.
Shalom.
Most High in Christ bless.